Hi, my name is Joan Perry, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about my heroine's journey. You see, life was great, it seemed, until it wasn't, and chaos erupted. I'd worked hard to build what I thought was the life I wanted. I had a beautiful house and great clothes closet, and I could travel, and I had cash because I had successful businesses. I was in the financial business. And I had a husband who was handsome. So what could possibly go wrong with this life that I'd created? What I desired was safety and security. I didn't want to have any worries in life. I just wanted life to sort of be that white picket fence kind of life. And I just thought it would go on like that forever. The struggle I was having, though, was that while it all looked really good on the outside, there was a piece that didn't feel so good on the inside. There was something that I wanted actually more in life. I was sitting in my office one day when this guy came in and he thrust papers into my hands. Turned out later that it was divorce papers. I guess I was so mesmerized with my life that I didn't even expect that that could possibly happen. All of a sudden, my stomach went right into my throat. I realized that my financial life was now in complete jeopardy. And the illusions that I had for the perfect life that I wanted to live were suddenly just shattered. And I was scared and fearful. You see, there was a secret I didn't want to disclose. And that secret was that I was living in a marriage of physical abuse, excessive alcohol, and the comforts and good life that I longed for that looked like they were good on the outside, but they weren't satisfying me on the inside. It was a really scary time. What I learned and had to digest really quickly was that I am a stronger woman than I thought. And I could have a life that looked as good on the outside as it felt on the inside. You see, now I was sitting on a big white canvas and I could paint it any way I wanted to paint it. It was difficult and the progress was really slow at first. I couldn't even get out of bed because my life was in shambles. I didn't know what step to take next. And I often thought, oh my gosh, like I just am never going to get over this. I'm never going to lift myself back to where I want it to be. Step by step, I started to make some progress. Some people showed up that I didn't even expect it and offered love and support. And then I noticed that there were some steps that I needed to take. First of all, I needed to gather my resources because the lawyers took all the money, so I didn't have any. And there were some people in my life that I simply needed to kick out of my life because they weren't supporting me or being very helpful. And there were other steps, step by step, that I started to make some traction. There was a time when I said, God, if it all goes away, what is left? And the answer that I got back was, you. And I started to think, yeah, you, that's good. I like that. That's a place to start. So I did some of these things and I started to make the step-by-step progress that actually put a smile back on my face and life started to seem fun again. And what I noticed in that was that I was on a journey. I was on a journey that step by step took me out of the survival that I was in and into thrival, into a life that I could love and want to live. And what happened then was, what became obvious was the 13 steps of the heroine's journey. I started to understand that there was a process that was moving me forward, and I was making progress. And the 13 steps of the heroine's journey started to take shape. That's why we created it, because it is the universal process that women take to go from survival to thrival and to blossoming into a life that they love to live. And I'm so excited now because not only did I learn this process, but I get to share this with you, and a legacy that I'm so happy to leave for other women. You see, following the steps of the heroine's journey, just like I did, can lead you onward and not get lost in the wilds or wandering around what to do. It's magic. Come journey on with me.